My next guest has been at Heartland for 12 wonderful years, the best years of his life, he tells me. He's a team leader in employee health. My next guest, David McDonald. Come on down, Dave! Foo Fighter. He's a Foo Fighter. Oh, it's not Foo Fighters, it's Foo Fighters. Cool shirt. Tell me about that, brother.
Well, thank you. This is a shirt that my nurses and I will be wearing throughout this fall because I'm here to promote the flu vaccination season.
Excellent, excellent. So let's remind everybody kind of why we're doing flu vaccinations.
It really,
because we kind of have to talk about it every year because you kind of forget, it's been 12 months. So
absolutely.
Why are we doing this?
Absolutely. It's about being the best and the safest.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to get a flu shot, you know that it can protect you from getting influenza.
Right.
But more importantly, it's not so much about you and I, it's about the patients that we serve.
Right.
Many of them fall into a high-risk category of either elderly, chronically ill, or very young.
Yep.
And they're the ones who are at risk for complications due to influenza. And so we want to protect those that we're serving.
Okay, so my little notes here say that Heartland Mosaic is just one of 300 centers for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention National Healthcare Safety Network benchmark hospitals. So we're actually following the Center for Disease Control recommendations, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In addition to that, we're also following Joint Commission standards which adhere to the CDC guidelines.
Because their recommendation is that all the healthcare providers have a flu shot,
It's
right?
a necessity for anyone who's going to be present or at work during the flu season. And it's not just those two organizations. The American Hospital Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics, they also have some very staunch standards in which they say it is an absolute necessity that all caregivers present during the flu season have a flu shot.
Right. And we were a little bit of a leader when we started this a year ago, but there has been a huge wave of other hospitals and health systems jumping on this bandwagon to where this is really becoming the norm versus an exception, isn't it, Dave?
Exactly.
Right. So anyway, I think it's really important. And what else can you tell us about, access and times and how caregivers can figure out when and where to get their flu shot?
Most importantly, keep reading and watching Connected and Inspired. But as far as getting a flu shot, of course, we offer the flu shot every weekday in Employee Health. But probably the most popular way that caregivers get a flu shot is finding one of my nurses with our mobile flu cart going around the organization wearing one of these shirts.
Yep.
And before you ask, no, you can't buy one of these shirts. They're not for sale.
Not for sale.
But the flu shot is for free.
Yes.
Now,
and that's provided free for all the caregivers, so you don't have to spend any money to do that.
Absolutely. Another option for our caregivers that work in a Heartland or Mosaic clinic, they need to check with their site leader or lead nurse because we're supplying them with flu shots as well.
Right.
So the caregivers in those off-campus or remote locations can get a flu shot right there in the office that they work in.
Right. Now, just like in everything in medicine, sometimes there's an exception to the rule. What are some of those exceptions, and how would somebody bring forward one of those exceptions so that, we didn't give them something they weren't supposed to have for a medical reason?
We do allow medical exemptions as indicated by the individual's request along with sign off by their primary care provider as well as a Heartland Mosaic infectious disease physician. Now, if that medical exemption is approved, and it has to be approved on or before December the 13th.
Yes.
If it is approved, they'll be able to work normally during the influenza season. The only exception is they'll be wearing a surgical mask when they're present in the work environment.
Right, because we still don't want, if they can't have the flu shot for some reason, we still want to protect our patients. And so wearing the mask during the flu season is kind of the way to go about that. But there's a process, and you have to have your doctor sign off on it, and there's certain things that are known, exemptions.
And you bring up a good point because I want to remind those that have got a medical exemption from last year, they won't need to get a new exemption this year.
Okay.
However, they'll be wearing a mask like they did last year.
Right.
But I just read that the Food and Drug Administration has just recently approved a new flu shot that is egg-free. So that it's a great opportunity for them to talk with their PCP about the possibility of getting that egg-free flu vaccine, and maybe they can get that right there in their PCP's office.
Now, do we offer the nasal flu vaccine?
Yes, we do as
So
well.
that's another option for some people if there's a reason they can't get the regular shot?
Yes, it's really more of an option for those that fit within the category of 18 to 49 who can get.
Right, because it's a little bit of a different range.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but now let me I want to make sure we're all lined up here. We're giving everybody the right information out there. It is mandatory if you're going to work at Heartland that you either you need to get your flu shot or you have to have a medical exemption, but there's no opting out, right? Just because you don't want to have
That's
one.
correct.
It's a condition of your employment. And last year when we went through this, that really wasn't a big problem.
It
right?
wasn't. We had a great season.
We had a great season, and there was one or two folks that really didn't want to have the flu shot, but when you have 4,000 people, and it really went smoothly, right?
It went fantastic.
So it shouldn't be that big of a deal this year.
Nope, we want to have just as
right.
great a year as we did last year.
Right, and so anyway, we want everybody to get their flu shot, and the reason that we're doing it is not to be mean to anybody, but it's to protect our patients. It's because
Yes.
we love our patients so much, we would never want to bring any harm to them. And we do see a lot of elderly and frail patients that are particularly susceptible, and for them, if they get the flu, it could be a life-threatening infection.
Yes, it could.
And so it's high stakes. Anyway, well, hey, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think
You got it rolling?
We're rocking and rolling.
All right, okay.
Wait!
What? 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 What are you interrupting my show for?
Dr. Laney, we know that you're a busy man.
I'm very busy.
And we just wondered if you'd be willing to get a flu shot now just to lead the way for the
I
organization.
absolutely would.
All
I
right.
absolutely would. I get a flu shot every year, and I am ready, willing, and able. If I can.
We're ready, willing, and able as well, Dr. Laney.
Oh, excellent. And
Well,
I've signed my thing.
Yes.
So you haven't had any bad reactions to a previous
No
flu
bad
shot?
reactions. Except that one time I turned red and quit breathing. No, I'm just teasing.
You're not currently-
No, I don't have any reactions.
You're not currently ill, running a fever?
No, not except for that high fever I had this
And
morning.
I got to ask you one other thing. You're not pregnant.
No,
Okay.
I am absolutely not pregnant.
Well, then we're good to
I'm
go.
a 57-year-old healthy guy, ready to get my flu shot. Hope this doesn't hurt.
I hope it doesn't either.
Walk the talk.
You gotta walk the talk. Is it okay if I cry?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to hold your hand?
Go ahead.
You can do it.
You too can go get your flu shot. You know what? These ladies give the best flu shots. I mean,
Yes, they
it's
do.
almost like not even giving it a shot.
We should
Give it a
really
shot.
charge people for that.
I think you could, because every time I've had a flu shot, they are so excellent, you can hardly even tell that you got one.
We're very experienced with that.
Right. And so I'm not going to cry this year. That was on my top 10 things for my goals this year. Is don't cry when you get a flu shot.
I would be very thankful for that.
Okay. Yeah, that would look bad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
You want to be on TV with
Yeah,
me crying?
no.
You ready?
Do we want to give them a little encouragement?
Come on! Give it up for the big guy. I'm glad I wore my
Your tightest shirt?
my tightest shirt. No,
Yeah.
my cufflinks.
Oh,
Is it started yet?
it's already done.
Is it done? Oh man, thank you. See, that's an excellent flu shot. All right, well that's it for this week. Another awesome show in the can, right, Big Ben? Want to say thank you to Melissa Cranfield, Dave McDonald, and Sheila Trouts, and as always, Caregiver Ben. We'll see you next time. Woo! And get your flu shot. Get your flu shot.